Hello, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So I'm on the bus and I'm heading to like central Paris, like the Latin Quarter specifically. And I thought I would try to multitask by doing a video. I hope you can hear me because sometimes when I'm on the bus, the noise can be a little bit much. But yeah, so I'm heading to Central Paris, as I said. So, what updates for Harry and Meghan? So, you know what? I think I'm going to do a separate video about updates about Harry and Meghan. I'm not sure what order I will actually post these videos in, to be honest with you. But I think I'm going to do a separate video about Harry and Meghan. Like, I think there were two things I wanted to talk about. One was Harry got a standing ovation at the Clinton Global Initiative in New York. And the other is how that whole conspiracy to attack Meghan and call her a bully and claim that her former staff or even current staff have accused her of being a bully, how that has backfired because they all came out to defend Meghan, all of her employees. So I want to just do that in a separate video and maybe use this video to talk more about the Diddy case. Although, what updates do I really have about the Diddy case is a good question. I don't think there has been any real movement on the case. The last time I saw anything had happened, it was on News Nation, I think was it, where they said that he had been moved to New Jersey. But then after that, I've heard that, his lawyer apparently said that he has not been moved to New Jersey, so he remains in his Brooklyn detention, right? So there's that in terms of the actual case. Now, I've been hearing a lot of different rumors about other complications with the Diddy case. One involves Justin Bieber, the pop singer Justin Bieber, who was discovered when he was a teenager. He was about 14 or 15 years old, and then he was signed to Usher. Usher is the other crooner who is very good friends with Diddy, and apparently Usher handed Justin over to Diddy for a 48-hour period during the whole initiation and contract signing stage of their relationship back when Justin was 15 years old. And, there's all this speculation that somehow Diddy did something to Justin Bieber, right? And I was like, wow, if that's true, then that definitely complicates this case by a lot. Almost to the point of like, I'm speechless. I don't even know how to analyze it. If he had lost his mind, if he's so depraved that he actually, um, in any way assaulted Justin Bieber or, um, had any kind of relations with Justin Bieber, even if Justin, quote unquote, consented, if Justin was underage at the time that this occurred, then I'm actually in the court, the Supreme Court in Paris, just walking down the corridors for no particular reason. But anyway, if if Diddy had any kind of inappropriate relations with Justin Bieber when Justin was underage, then I'm speechless. Then he's more than crazy. I mean, he's depraved. He's everything. Because not only that, but I think he definitely will spend the rest of his life in prison, and not because he, you know, messed with a 15-year-old, not just because of that, but it's just the totality of circumstances will be such that it becomes an indefensible case, an indefensible situation when coupled with all of the other civil lawsuits that have recently been filed against him, and with Cassie's allegations, and with the lawsuit filed by the guy Little Little Rod, all of that together, plus if it's true that and provable that he had anything to do with Justin Bieber when Justin was underage. I mean, I'm speechless. I'm honestly speechless. I can't even, even my best defense attorney skills would just be I can't even analyze it. You know, now the danger is that if Justin Bieber were to say that yes, Diddy and Usher did anything to him when he was 15, I mean, even if it's not true, I mean, let's say there's a scenario where he says this happened and in fact it really didn't happen, it wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter. People would believe Justin in light of everything else that has gone on, and Diddy would be cooked. I mean, his goose would absolutely be cooked if Justin became even a star witness in this case, for example. He would be absolutely cooked because everybody on the streets already believe that some kind of assault of Justin went down between Diddy and Usher and all of these different people. Now, speaking of Usher, I mean, Usher himself apparently was underage when he was signed to Diddy by, his mother, I guess, signed him, and whomever was handling him. But he was well underage as well. And over the years, he has made certain comments in the media that, when he was under Diddy's tutelage as an underage performer, that he saw some things and this and that went down. I mean, he's never been specific by saying that Diddy did anything to him, but I believe there also is this overriding sense and sentiment that something happened between Diddy and Usher as well, possibly when Usher was under the age of consent, which in New York, what is the age of consent? Is it 16 or is it 17? I believe the age of consent is 16. Correct me if I'm wrong with that. I'm not sure. I think it's 16. But, so Usher himself was well on the age at 13, apparently, when he met Diddy. And he has always hinted that he saw many inappropriate things. In fact, there was this one recent interview where someone point blank asked Usher if Usher, would allow his underage children to be sent over to Diddy, the way that he was. And Usher says, absolutely not. He wouldn't want his children to be around Diddy the way that he was. So that leaves your imagination running wild as to why somebody would have that sentiment, right? The thing with Usher, though, is that whenever he would recount what he experienced when he was with Diddy, he always kind of did it with this sly grin, as though it was all very amusing and very fun and very forbidden, right? Until very recently, as recently as today, in fact, I saw for the first time a short where Usher was very serious. I mean, I've never seen him with such a serious expression on his face as he was talking about that time with Diddy. And he was saying how, he saw certain things at that time and he had to make a decision about the kind of person that he was going to be. And it was also very surreal and bizarre and almost like nuts. I was like, what? Am I in the Twilight Zone? This guy has never had this kind of expression on his face, especially when talking about his relationship with Diddy and his experiences with being, Diddy's protege back in the day. It was always this, grin, this sly grin, this amused expression on his face. But today, when I saw the short, it almost looked to me like maybe he that Usher, that is, had a visit from the feds, from the Homeland Security or from somebody, and that he's basically, crapping in his pants about it. And he's just completely changed his tune and his expression and just even his recollection of the event, even. I mean, he was just such a different Usher that I was like shocked. I was like, what? Where is this coming from? What is this guy talking about? It was like so completely different from everything he had been saying over the years. So it sort of makes you wonder whether he has been interviewed, whether he's a potential witness, or whether he might straight up fear being indicted himself. Because if you think about it, all of these rumors about Diddy and Justin won't go away. They're getting louder and louder and louder. And the popular consensus is that Usher is the one who handed a 15-year-old Justin over to Diddy, right? And if indeed Usher knew that Diddy was a predator, I mean, and these are all allegations. I don't know, I wasn't there, but if Usher knew that Diddy was less than sort of trustworthy with the custody of a 15-year-old, and yet he handed this 15-year-old protege that he, Usher, signed over to this person whom everybody has been describing as a monster in more ways than seven, then Usher may be facing charges himself. I mean, he may be one of the members of this racketeering conspiracy that the federal government, the Homeland Security, are talking about. I mean, he may be basically terrified that he's next because, I mean, don't forget, they are accusing Diddy of being a member of a conspiracy, and you cannot be in a conspiracy by yourself, right? There has to be at least one other person involved. And so the expression that I saw on Usher's face today was just so incredibly serious that I wonder whether he has real fears that he is going to be likewise indicted for the conspiracy that that his friend Diddy has been indicted for. So that all being said, I just wonder whether Usher is going to be indicted, and I'm really concerned about whether Diddy has done anything to Justin Bieber, as has been alleged in the streets. And because if he has, and Bieber was 15, I think he's cooked.